Hello all, welcome to our channel English Learners. In this video, we are going to see about the play Riders to the Sea by John Millington Synge. First, let's see the background of this play. This is a one-act tragedy written by an Irish playwright named Synge. It was first performed way back in 1904 at the Abbey Theatre in Dublin, Ireland. Now, what's interesting is that Synge got the idea for this play after visiting the Aran Islands. These islands are on the west coast of Ireland, and life there was very tough. People there depended entirely on the sea for fishing and transport. But the sea, although it gives them food and work, was also very dangerous. Many men lost their lives to it. Synge noticed this and was deeply moved by their struggle. This is what he shows in the play. The main character is an old woman named Mauria who has already lost several sons to the sea. She is afraid that her last remaining son will also die. The play shows her pain, her fear, and in the end, her acceptance of fate. Throughout this short play, Synge talks about themes like grief, fate, the power of nature, and human helplessness. His language is very simple, but the emotions are very deep and real. Riders to the Sea is not just about one family. It speaks about the suffering of many people who live near the sea and face nature's cruelty every day. Let's see some information about the author. Synge was an Irish writer born in 1871 near Dublin. He was not only a playwright but also a poet and a prose writer. He played an important role in the Irish literary revival, and he was actually one of the founders of Abbey Theatre in Dublin, which is quite famous. Synge was very interested in the simple life of ordinary people, especially those living in rural areas. He spent a lot of time on the Aran Islands, where he carefully observed how people lived, struggled, and survived with the help of the sea. His writings mainly focus on themes like suffering, fate, religion, and how people deal with nature's challenges. What's special about him is that he used real Irish dialects in his plays to make them sound natural and authentic. Some of his well known works include Riders to the Sea, The Playboy of the Western World, and The Shadow of the Glen. His style is simple yet poetic, and he always tried to show the real emotions of common people. Unfortunately, he died very young in 1909, but his contribution to Irish drama is still remembered and respected even today. Let's see about the characters in this play. Mauria. She is an old woman who has suffered a lot. One by one, she has lost her husband and sons to the sea. Now, only her last son Bartley is left. She is a very emotional and caring mother, and she is always afraid that the sea will take him too. In the end, when Bartley also dies, she is broken, but she accepts her fate. Mauria represents all the mother in coastal villages who silently suffers but still remains strong. Next comes Bartley, her youngest and only surviving son. He is a responsible and hard-working young man. Even though his mother is worried, he decides to go to the mainland to sell a horse because the family needs money. Sadly, he also dies at sea. Bartley shows us how young people in such villages take risks just to support their families. Then we have Kathleen, Mauria's elder daughter. She is mature and practical. She supports her mother emotionally and also tries to hide the sad news about her brother Michael's death. She is like a second mother in the family, strong and dependable. Finally, there is Nora, the younger daughter. She is gentle, innocent, and soft spoken. She brings home Michael's clothes and helps her sister manage things. She is not as mature as Kathleen, but she is kind hearted and caring. Let's move on to the story. It starts with Kathleen, a young girl around 20 years old doing some household work. Her younger sister Nora walks in quietly. She is carrying a bundle of clothes that the priest gave her. They think the clothes might belong to their missing brother Michael, who went out to the sea and hasn't come back. They don't want Mauria to see the bundle because if it turns out to be Michael's clothes, she'll be heartbroken. So they decide not to open it now. Kathleen hides the bundle just before Maurya comes in. Maurya asks where Bartley is, and she says it's a rough day so Bartley won't go to the sea. But Kathleen tells her that he already left to take a horse to the fair. Just then, Bartley comes in and says he needs a piece of rope to tie the horse. Maurya tries to stop him, saying it's dangerous and they already lost Michael. But Bartley says someone has to go. If not him, who will earn money? And then he tells Kathleen to look after the sheep since Michael is gone and he won't be around for a few days. Then he goes out, even though his mother is against it. Maurya then cries out, saying Bartley will be dead before the day ends. Kathleen scolds her a little and says, "Why did you send him without blessing?" And she also realizes that they forgot to give Bartley some bread. So she tells Maurya to run after him and give both the bread and her blessing. After Maurya leaves, the girls open the bundle quietly. They see a stocking and realize it's Michael's. They feel sad, knowing that he died far away and nobody was there with him. They pray quietly for his soul. Maurya returns, still holding the bread. She didn't give it to Bartley. She is very disturbed. She says she saw a vision. That is, Bartley riding the red horse, and behind him was Michael's ghost riding the grey pony. Kathleen and Nora get shocked. They take it as a sign that Bartley is going to die too. Then Maurya begins to remember all the men she lost, her husband, her father-in-law, and now all her 6 sons. The sea took them all one by one. While they are talking, they hear crying near the seashore. A group of old women come in, mourning. Kathleen asks if they found Michael. She gives Maurya the clothes from the bundle as proof that Michael is dead. But one of the women says it's Bartley who has died. The grey pony threw him into the sea, and his body has just been brought back. Now Maurya is calm. She is not crying loudly anymore. She sprinkles holy water on Bartley's body and Michael's clothes and starts praying. She says, now she has no more sons or men to lose. The sea has taken everything from her. She finally finds peace in knowing that nothing worse can happen anymore. Let's see the themes in this play. The first one is power of nature. In this play, the sea plays a very big role. It gives food and work to the people. But at the same time, it also takes away their lives. Maurya's husband and all her sons died because of the sea. So, it shows that nature is powerful, and no matter what we do, we can't control it. Then, suffering and loss. The story is full of pain and sorrow. Maurya loses one family member after another, her husband, her father-in-law, and all 6 sons. Her life is full of loss. Through her, the play shows how hard life is for the people living near the sea, always afraid who might die next. Fate and destiny. Another important theme is fate. No matter how much Maurya tries to stop Bartley, he still goes to the sea and dies. It's like their lives are already decided by fate, and they cannot change anything. That's the sad reality shown in the play. Next, faith and acceptance. Even after so much pain, Maurya doesn't curse God. In fact, at the end, she becomes calm and says, now there's nothing more the sea can take from her. She accepts everything as God's will, and this shows her strong faith and spiritual strength. Strength of women. This play also highlights how strong women can be, especially mothers. While the men go out and face physical danger, the women stay back and face the emotional pain of waiting, worrying, and losing loved ones. Maurya stands for all those women who keep living with pain in their hearts but still carry on. And that's all about Riders to the Sea. Hope you found this helpful. Do like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.